Hey, Joel, did you not clean anything up before leaving the house? You were the last one out of the house today, right? And you left the inside of the house the way it was after getting ready this morning?
What? What kind of things should I have cleaned up, huh?
All your dishes and cups from breakfast, they're all still sitting on the table dirty right now. And your pajamas are just thrown on the floor in our bedroom. And to make things worse, you left the window in our bedroom open all day. Please make sure you clean everything up before you leave the house.
Why do I have to clean up everything just because I was the last one to leave the house? That's your fault for making sure not everything was clean before leaving the house.
I made sure to clean up the things that our son and I used before leaving the house. The only one that left things out and never cleaned anything before leaving was you. Also, please close the window before you go. Leaving it open like that is going to run the AC crazy during the day.
I never noticed the window was left open before I left. You need to either tell me about that before you leave or close it yourself.
But I wasn't the one that opened it up. You're the one that did that, right?
I don't remember.
Well, next time before you leave the house, please do a once-over of it and make sure everything is closed up. And don't tell me you don't have time in the morning to check on everything before leaving.
I'm not going to say that.
By the way, the window in the living room is wide open as well. Did you really not realize that it was open before leaving?
Shut up already. Look, it's too bad I forgot this time, alright?
Ugh. Well, next time, please be more careful. I don't want the electric bill to go sky high this month because of it. That would suck for the both of us if it did.
Don't leave that responsibility on my shoulders. Next time, you need to be the last one to leave the house.
Don't say something as ridiculous as that. If I have things to do before you, then I'm going to leave before you. And today was a rarity anyway, since you didn't have to go into work until 10 a.m., right? I'm not going to sit around and wait for you to leave for work at 10 a.m. when I have things that need to happen before then. Next time, if you want me to be leaving after you, then head into work before me.
Well, what should I do if I leave the house that early? Today, I didn't have to be in until 10 a.m., so what should I do before that?
Maybe just go into work early or something. There's also all those cafes nearby that you can sit and get a coffee at, right? Just find something to do outside the house to kill some time.
No way, that's just a pain in the butt for me. I'm the type of guy who likes to spend his time in the house as long as he can before he goes to work. In other words, I like to relax.
Well, if that's what you want to do, then next time make sure to do a once-around inside the house and take care of anything that needs to be cleaned up or closed before leaving. And that means you check on both the stove to make sure the gas is turned off and that all the windows are closed.
I understand that already. Stop repeating yourself.
By the way, what's going to happen next week?
What's going on next week?
I've already told you there's the party at the playground for the preschool. You told me before that you weren't sure if you could go yet or not. But were you able to make time to go there?
You did say something about that. It's not gonna work, so I can't go.
But that day is your day off, right?
Well, I have other plans for then. Whether it's my day off or a day that I have to work, I've got plans. I'm normally coming home from work late on my days off, right?
That's because you're always going out to drink all the time.
Well, I like to go out with the guys from work to have some fun is all. We all tend to communicate better when we're drunk, you know?
But this is the first time your son is going to have something special going on. Outside of his birthday, of course. He's going to be a part of the performance going on that day, and he's practiced so much for it. He looks really cute in his costume as well, so I really want you to go see him. I spent a lot of time making that costume for him as well.
You made his costume yourself? You did?
Well, I was just taking some clothes I already had for him and added a few upgrades is all. But I did my very best to make the costume look good, and I think it turned out great for someone who's not all that great at sewing like myself.
Really? So that's all you did? Well, alright then. You're not that great at doing things with your hands, so I'm sure that all you could do was add a little extra to the already made clothing. For some reason, I thought that you were gonna say you made the whole costume yourself.
Anyway, we both have put in a lot of work for this performance, so please come and see it. I took time off myself to be at this party, but you have the day off from work as it is, so you can go.
Not my kind of thing.
Why not?
Because I don't want to waste my time going to something like that. What's so fun about seeing the little brat's performance, huh?
Hey, what the hell is this?
What the hell is what?
I just got back to the house and it's a total mess in here. Did we get robbed or something?
Oh, I was looking for my watch. I wasn't able to find it anywhere, so I started pulling out all the drawers in the house to look for it.
And you just left the house looking like this after you were finished? Where are you right now, Joel?
I'm at the casino.
But didn't you tell me that today you'd be going out with some friends? That's why you had your parents take care of Kai today.
Well, those guys weren't feeling too good, so the plans we had were canceled. So I went back home and had a beer.
Then you could have taken care of him today. If you've been at the house all day, then you could have been caring for him and getting some chores done. Come on, Joel.
Huh? Why on my day off should I have to deal with all that crap?
I have been working for 14 days straight now. I am tired. Why couldn't you clean up all this crap you left all over the floor in here? And pretty soon here, someone is going to have to go get Kai from your parents' house. Can you at the very least go and get him?
Not happening. I am not having a good time here right now.
So you're asking me to take care of everything then?
Just hurry up and clean things up, and then you'll have time to go and get him.
I'm telling you that you left things in a state that can't be cleaned up quickly. I'm getting really fed up with how often you leave things trashed. Clean up your own messes for once, okay? I've been telling you this so many times now.
That running mouth of yours is really getting annoying. When I get home, I'll clean it all up.
I'm not sure you're being serious. You've never cleaned things of yours up in this house before.
Just throw all that stuff into the closet. I'll take care of it later.
Don't tell me that's your version of cleaning things up.
But at least the floor will be clean again, so there. You really are such a fussy idiot.
That's because you never deal with any of your messes. And the way you plan to clean things up this time is just wrong. Stop acting like a child. Even Kai knows better than to do things like that. Are you still going to call yourself an adult when a kid is besting you? Stop trying to make my life harder by creating all these messes. I already have one boy to deal with. I don't need another.
Why don't you just clean up the messes if you're so worried about them, huh? Stop getting so upset with me over them when you're the only one that cares. Stop trying to do all this crazy crap with me over something that only you should be handling.
Let me tell you right now, Joel, that you've had this coming a long time now. I have had a lot of things to say about you, but I've been holding back this whole time. I am not your mother, so please clean up the messes you make. All right, Joel, what is this? Why is the costume I had made up for Kai in shambles right now?
I did that, yeah. It's your fault for not cleaning that one up. You're the one who is always going on about how I need to clean up after myself, and yet you left that thing sitting out.
What the hell are you doing? I left that out because tomorrow is the party and I didn't want to forget about it.
In other words, you left it sitting around creating a mess. Stop trying to make excuses up for that.
His performance is tomorrow, Joel. What is he going to do now for tomorrow? He is screaming his eyes out right now because his costume has been ruined.
Go and buy him something new, okay?
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off even more? What costume store is open at this time of night? Do you not feel bad for making your own son cry like this? I can't believe you.
And I'm telling you right now that it's your fault for leaving his costume out like that and creating a mess. And it's your fault that he's crying right now.
You did this because I got upset with you yesterday for being an irresponsible child, right? At this point, I'm better off saying I have 2 children instead of 1. I cannot believe you'd do something like this to your wife and son. You are a monster, Joel. Do you really call yourself a father for doing something like this?
I have been getting pretty fed up with all your complaining lately. Now that you've seen what I can do, don't ever complain about me again.
I'm over this. You really are just a big old baby. How are you going to handle his costume being ruined?
I don't care about a stupid costume. Do something about it yourself.
All right then, I will do something about it. But you'd better not cry about what I chose to do later.
Now that I'm thinking about it, did everything go okay? With today's playground party and all that. I'm sure our son's performance was a failure because of you, right?
It went very well, actually. All because I was able to repair Kai's costume.
Huh? You were able to fix that?
I was able to make it look good as new. Although I wasn't the one that actually did the repairs. I had someone who was a lot better than me at sewing do all the work this time.
Really? Did you have one of your friends handle it for you? I mean, now you're just causing problems for other people.
No, it wasn't one of my friends that I asked. I asked your mom to help. She happens to be really good at sewing, right? It was so kind of her to do all of that work in one day for us.
What? You asked my mom to fix the costume?
Your mom stayed up all night doing the work. When I told her that you were the one that destroyed Kai's costume, she told me to let her handle all the repairs. When they heard about what you did, both your mom and dad were at a loss for words.
Telling on me and my own parents? You really are such a petty witch. Don't you ever freaking dare to get my parents involved in something that is not their business. It was your fault to begin with, leaving the costume out in the bed like that, when you were the one that was supposed to have to fix it. Don't ask others to clean up your messes.
I'm not going to listen to that from someone who always makes others clean up their messes. Also, I don't feel like any of this is my fault whatsoever. And both your parents feel the same way I do. Everyone thinks that you're the problem here. And don't expect this to be the end of things between you and I.
Are you going to try something else?
After all you've done to me, I can't sleep at night because I'm stuck awake thinking about what to do with you.
And what do you think you can do about me, huh? I'm not sure what your plans are, but man, I'll make sure to take them like a man. Stop thinking you're tougher than me just because you got my parents on your side.
Today you've gone out drinking again, right? When you get home, don't be too surprised by what you see. That might cause you to vomit or something.
What are you going on about?
I'm sorry, but I had to do something to get back at you for being such a man-child. It's too late to apologize to me now. I'm going to make you feel the same way you made Kai feel just the other day.
What is going on here? Where have all my clothes gone?
So you're home now. What do you think? Are you surprised?
Where the hell did you put all my clothes? There's not a single piece of clothing in my closet.
Well, let's see here. I just took all your clothes and left them in the hands of your mom and dad for you. I'm not sure where those two ended up taking all of our things.
You got my parents involved in even more of your crap. Come the hell on. None of my suits are in the closet anymore. I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Then where would you have on now to work tomorrow?
You think I can walk into that office in a t-shirt? Think about this, you idiot. You are screwed in the head. My boss is already pretty strict as it is. If I showed up looking like this tomorrow, he would burst.
Would you like to wear one of my suits? The one I can give you is from back when I graduated from college, so it might be a little small on you. But it's a lot better than a t-shirt, right?
I'm telling you right now that it is time to cut that BS. You're gonna really piss me the hell off. Why the hell would I ever wear women's clothing to work, you dick? I can't even fit into yours to begin with.
That's because you've gained a few pounds, haven't you? Always going out to drink beer and eat loads of fries, right?
Shut the hell up. I have had enough of that mouth now. When you get home tonight, I'm gonna make you really understand just how pissed off I am.
Are you sure it's okay to behave like that? Do you not want your clothes back now?
Haven't you already thrown them all away?
From what your mom told me, they're just holding on to them right now, but plan to have them tossed tomorrow.
Tell them to stop that right now. Actually, I'm going over to their house right now. I'm gonna make them give me all my things back.
I don't think they're going to listen to you anymore. Your dad already told me that he has no plans of giving you your things back when you act like that. They said the only person they will listen to is me. So if I tell them to give you your clothes back, they will.
Then tell them to give me my things right now.
Is that the way you should be behaving when you want something done for you? With an attitude like that, you can kiss all of your clothing goodbye. All those nice jackets of yours and those shoes.
Please, give me my dang clothes back. I'm sorry, okay?
And tell me exactly why you are feeling sorry. What did you do wrong? If you don't tell me all the reasons why you're feeling sorry right now, then there's no reason to try apologizing to me.
I'm sorry for destroying Kai's costume.
And?
From now on, whenever I make a mess, I'll be the one to clean it up. I promise to never make you take care of my messes again.
Kai is still not going to forgive you, you know. He told me he hates his dad now.
I'll apologize to him later.
Have you really learned your lesson today, Joel? Are you not just talking out of your butt right now?
I've learned my lesson, all right.
Well, I'm not so sure about that yet. I am very upset with you right now, okay? So upset that it's really difficult for me to trust what you're telling me. And having you apologize to me like that over text right now is just not going to cut it. Because of all the crap you've been doing to me lately, I'm close to calling this a divorce.
Divorce? Are you really that upset with me?
I'm sure you think this is only the first time I've been this upset, right? Well, for the longest time now, I've been having to hold back from going all out on you. It's not just about you never cleaning up after yourself. It's also about the fact that you never do any of the chores and you never care for your own son. Instead, all you do is go out drinking and gambling and act like you're this big man of the house or something. I have lost the feelings I had for you before.
I'm really sorry, okay? I'll make sure to fix things from here on out. And when it comes to the boys' parties and crap, I'll be there. Please don't think that I don't care about my family.
I want you to come to us tomorrow and apologize for all you've done in person. Today, I'm just not in the mood to see your face anymore. I'm staying the night at your parents' house tonight, but that also means you're not allowed to come here tonight.
So you're at my parents' house right now, huh?
I was just at the playground today with your parents celebrating that party with Kai and his friends. And when we were all finished there, we came back to your parents' house where your mom had prepared us a massive dinner. Now that we've eaten all of that food and are tired out, Kai and I will be spending the night here.
After you're done there, you're gonna come back home, right?
Well, I'll think about that tomorrow. Your mom and dad have told me we're allowed to stay here for as long as we need. And I've been thinking about taking Kai and myself all the way back to my own parents' house.
What? Wait a second. If you go back to your parents' house or something tomorrow, what'll happen to my clothes?
Well, for the time being, you're not getting them back. It's still not known if you'll even be getting them back yet.
Then what the heck am I gonna do tomorrow?
Who knows? You'll just have to go into work in what you're wearing now. Or you can wear some of mine.
What the hell, Meadow? There's no way I'll do something like that. Then why the hell have I been apologizing this whole time if you're not gonna let me have my clothes back?
Did I ever say that you apologizing to me would get me to get you your clothes back?
No, but I gotta get my jacket and suit pants for tomorrow at the very least. Just give me something, please.
Not going to happen today. It's getting late now, so I think I'm going to head to bed.
Hey, don't you dare go to sleep just yet, please.
If you really want to have something to wear to work tomorrow, then why not go out now and buy something?
Do you really think that there are any stores open right now? And tomorrow I've got to be into work early. I don't have time to go into the store into the morning and get something.
Ah, it is close to 11 p.m. now, huh? I suppose all the stores are closed now. I know it's a bit late, but how about you call one of your buddies and have them lend you one of their suits?
You think I could ask them something like that? Also, none of my friends match my size.
Is that so? Well, I guess you are pretty fat. Go and take some curtains off the windows and make yourself a suit out of them then. If you stay up all night working on it, you might have something made up by morning. But even if that doesn't work out for you, I'm not going to be bothered. Because I just don't care about men who are fine making their own kids cry. The following day, my husband had no other choice but to wear my clothes to work. This was bound to happen, but his boss was extremely upset with him over it and tore him a new one. And for some reason, my husband explained to his boss what had happened while making it seem like he had done nothing wrong. But his boss then responded by screaming that it was all his fault. This all went down in front of everyone else in the office that morning, and so all of the other employees were shocked by how my husband tried to make things seem as though he did nothing wrong and it was all my fault. There was not a single person in that office that sympathized with him at all. Since then, things haven't been the same for him when he goes into that building to work, and he tends to take a lot of days off now to prevent himself from having to confront people there. To be fair, I think it's a pretty good idea for him to do that, considering most people don't tend to like those that think it's okay to destroy their kid's costume and then throw a fit over it. Even now, when my husband does go into work, he's met with coworkers still talking bad about him behind his back and scoffing at him when he tries to talk to them. I've even heard that due to stress, he's formed an ulcer that's really been doing it to him in terms of pain, but he still hasn't quit. We ended up getting that divorce I was talking about, so it kind of makes sense that he forces himself to continue to work there, because he owes me child support every month. When it comes to his clothing that his parents took, they never did end up giving any of it back to him. As of right now, I'm living on my own with my son. Come next year, when he's bound to have more parties and performances, I'm going to invite my in-laws, or my ex-in-laws per se, to come and watch him again. Right now, actually, those two have completely cut ties to their son. I'm thankful that they both never went to their son's side during any of that. And even to this day, I let them know how happy I was watching them both join me in punishing him.
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Tucker, you've already left the house, I'm assuming. I didn't see either of your guys' shoes at the door, so that's what it looks like. Have you and Natalie been having a good time out there then?
Yep. Right now, Ho and I are having lunch.
That's great. What are you guys eating?
Natalie wanted to get some pancakes, so we went to the local diner to eat.
Is it the one on the side of the highway with that huge neon sign?
That's the one. It's a pretty retro-looking place, so I'm surprised that she wanted to come here for pancakes, lol.
I see. I'm sure you're having a lot of fun there though, right? That is your style, after all.
Well, I sure am into it, lol. But I've been to this dinner plenty of times now, so it's no big deal, lol. Natalie looks like she's enjoying it here as well, though, so I'm glad we came.
She is such a strange kid. I never thought she would have liked going to a place as greasy as that.
Well, that's a good point, I suppose. She probably would be having a lot more fun at a proper cafe or something like that.
I'm sure she would have. And when it comes to a middle schooler, normally they don't want to be seen out in public with their parents. It's strange that she'd want to go to that retro diner with you for pancakes. Who knows what she's thinking?
This is a bit rare of her, isn't it? She's never wanted to go to places like this with me.
But it's good to see you both getting along. You ended up raising a child that doesn't want to be away from you all the time. Telling you that you smell and asking you to stay away.
Would you stop that? If she ever said something like that to me, I'd honestly cry.
Well, she's not actually saying anything like that, so calm down.
That's true. I really am happy that you and I raised such a kind little girl.
That's probably because you've made so much time to be around her and go on little dates like that. And in the past, you never let us have a babysitter for her. I think it's a lot easier for a daughter to hate her parents, especially her dad, when they don't pay enough attention to her.
I'm not sure how much of this had to do with me being around her all the time. But we all know I'm not with her as much as you. My job requires me to go on a lot of business trips after all. So maybe in order to keep her from forgetting about me, I put in the extra effort to make time for her when I'm home.
And this is the reward for your efforts. Even when your daughter is getting older, she still wants to be around her dad and go to places he likes. You guys went shopping together as well, right?
Today? Yeah, we both went out to get her some new shoes. I also had her pick out a new jacket for me to wear this winter. I think it was a lot of fun going out with her to the mall. Had you been able to come out with us as well, it would have been even better.
Sorry about that. Had I not have had plans with my friend, then I for sure would have come.
Are you talking about your plans with Rika's mom?
That's right. Her name is Tessa.
That's the friend you made back when her daughter and Natalie went to preschool together, right? They're both in middle school now, so you must be really good friends with her to stay in contact with one another like that. Has Natalie been hanging out with Rika at all?
Well, Rika's going to a different middle school than Natalie, so I'm not sure. But they both will call each other every so often, so I guess they're both still friends. However, Tessa and I are a lot closer to one another than those two.
I guess so. At this point, you guys aren't even hanging out because of your daughters anymore, are you?
Even I didn't think we'd become such close friends with one another, but surprisingly, we both are like two peas in a pod.
Having a friend like that who made you as an adult is a big deal, I think. Most of my best friends are all from when I was in high school.
That's true. Right now, you're traveling so much for work, and you've been taking care of Natalie while you've been home. I happen to have a lot of time to myself when you both are out, so it's nice to have a good friend like Tessa.
Absolutely. It would be boring to be by yourself all the time now. Especially if you had to be stuck inside the house all day. It makes me feel even better knowing you have a friend like her still.
But it's led to me not being able to hang out with my family a lot of the time, so I'm sorry.
No worries. Next time the three of us can go out. How about next week, when I'm back in town for my business trip? The three of us can go somewhere and have some fun.
That sounds like a good idea. It's been a while since the last time we all went out somewhere to have fun.
That's right. You and Natalie think of some fun places you're both wanting to go see. I will take the two of you anywhere.
Sounds good. I'll be looking forward to this.
I just got on the plane. I'll be back in a few days. Alright, Harley?
Have a good trip, and good luck with your work over there.
I really don't want to go this time, though.
Why not? You never say something like that before you head off for work. This is a very rare occurrence from you.
Well, I just got a call from my work, and it looks like they're having some trouble over there. And because of that, it's looking like I'm going to have a lot of things I'll have to take care of once I get there.
I see. So that's the reason you don't want to go this time?
It is. I'm feeling stressed already by this, and I haven't even left yet.
Well, it looks like this week the whole family is going to be really busy then.
Is the match that Natalie has to go to this week close to you guys? It kind of sucks that she has to go to a match on her day off, if it's taking place somewhere far away.
Well, she's really into her sports, so I'm sure she doesn't mind any of that. Early this morning, she was awake and getting herself ready to head to the school.
Are you going to be busy yourself then?
I think so. Actually, this week I'm going to be with Tessa a lot, helping her at a flea market. She told me that she has a lot of handcrafted goods she's trying to sell now. So in order to get ready for that, we're going to be very busy as well.
Oh, but that seems pretty fun as well.
I suppose you could say that. I think we'll both have fun there, and I'll even be making a little money by helping her. It's so cool that she has a hobby where she can also make money from it.
Well, hopefully she gets some good use out of you, and perhaps even you'll start to like doing crafts. And since you'll be with one of your best friends doing this, I'm sure you'll be having loads of fun.
I think so. When she asked me the first time if I wanted to come help her do this, I said I was on board before she even told me what the thing she needed help with was. She happens to be into all sorts of crafting, but I never thought the day would come where she'd ask me to help her.
Well, she seems to think you'll be good help, so that's perfect. I'm sure getting everything ready for the flea market will be a bit tough, but do your best and you both will make some good money. When you have all the goods out and ready to sell, send me some pictures of them.
All right, will do. And we'll be doing our best. First, she has to start by thinking of what all she still wants to have us make, and then we'll go from there. And since this will be going on all week, I'm not sure I'll be home very much.
Well, I guess you won't have to feel too lonely by me not being around for the week. And since Natalie will be busy with school and sports, you won't have to be taking care of her much either. This is the perfect timing for you.
That's right. That's why I'm going to focus all my time into helping Tessa. As for yourself, good luck there with whatever problems your company is having. And make sure to not overwork yourself as well, please.
I'll do my best. Let's all put in some good work this week.
Dad, help! Mom is in huge trouble right now. She got into an accident and ended up getting hurt and is on her way to the hospital. Hurry up and come home.
You can leave your mom be.
Why would I do that? If we don't go see her, I'm not sure what will happen.
Natalie, calm down. Your mom called you to tell you about this, right? This means she must not be in too bad of a condition since she was able to do that, so you don't have to worry about her.
But she's told me that she's really hurt right now, and sometimes when someone's badly hurt, they'll act like they're okay, right? We have to hurry up and go see her at the hospital right now!
I'll try what I can to finish up things here and come home. Whether this was about your mom or not, I don't want to leave you at home all alone right now. But it's going to take some time yet before I can get home to you. So will you be able to stay at home by yourself for the night? You can eat whatever you like from the pantry, and if the doorbell rings, make sure not to answer it. I want you to just relax and enjoy some good food while you stay at home.
Wait, Dad! Why have you been so calm this whole time about Mom needing to go to the hospital? Are you not worried about how Mom is doing right now?
I'm sure your mom did get into an accident, Natalie. I have someone that told me all about it before you were even told by her. And right now, you don't need to be worried about how she's doing. Also, what happened to her was going to happen eventually.
You can't say that about Mom. What happened to you, Dad? I don't understand why you won't even worry about Mom right now. I feel so sorry for her. You would never say such terrible things about Mom like you are now. Are you even my dad anymore? Did you and Mom get into a fight?
Her and I didn't have any fights.
Then why, Dad? Have you started to hate Mom now?
Your mom, she's been lying to both you and I this whole time. And not just any lie, but a very bad lie. A mean one. So her getting into that accident is what she deserved for lying to us.
What are you talking about? Does her lying to us have anything to do with that accident?
I'm sure that you are very shocked to be hearing about all this right now. But I don't want you to forget about anything I'm saying here. I will never stab you in the back like your mom has, no matter what people tell you. I will be your best friend forever, and most of all, I'll continue being your dad.
Dad, can you please tell me what happened? I can see that there's something going on between you and Mom. I want you to tell me everything.
I'm very worried about you right now, Natalie. And I feel that if I tell you about everything, that I might end up hurting you in a way that I could never forgive myself for.
I'm fine, Dad. I'll be able to deal with all of it, so please tell me. I trust you, Dad, and I know you don't want to hurt me.
Thank you, Natalie.
Natalie, you have been able to talk with your father, right? I haven't heard anything from him all night and even today. Did you make sure to tell him about what's happened to me? Yes, I told him, but Dad told me to just leave you alone. Huh? Why would he say something like that? He would say something like that when I'm this badly injured? What the hell is he thinking? So, what is that man doing right now? Dad made sure that he got on the earliest plane this morning and is home now. Right now, the two of us are going out shopping. Going shopping? Is he going out to buy me some things that I'll need while I'm here in the hospital? I don't think so. We're going out to get me a brand new video game. He wants to play it with me when we get home. What? At a time like this, he only cares about getting a video game? Yep. And after we get the new game, he and I are getting lunch together. There's this new Korean restaurant that I've really been wanting to go to. So he's going to be taking me there to have lunch today. Wait a second, Natalie. Are you guys really going out right now to play and have lunch? Yes, we are. Dad said that when he got back from his business trip, he wanted to take us out to have fun, right? That's why Dad and I are going out to shop and have lunch. What the hell does he think he's doing? I am in the hospital right now. You guys should be coming to see me first, right? This is all way too screwed up. We don't have a reason to go see you, though. You got what you deserved by getting into that accident. Both Dad and I know that now. And we know about everything else as well. And what do you and your dad know about me? Mom, you've been cheating on Dad, right? And the man you've been going out with is Rika's dad. It's scary that my mom would do something like that with my friend's dad. Wait, what are you going on about, Natalie? I would never cheat on your father. Please don't say such stupid things to me again, all right? Rika's mom noticed that you were cheating on him with her husband, so she called Dad about it. And while you were out with Rika's dad, you got into that accident, right? Tessa told him that? In order to keep all of that a secret, you tried to make up stories, right? What you've done is not okay, Mom. I understand why you would want to lie so much in order to hide what you were doing, but it was all a waste, Mom. How much have you heard about me? From Dad? I've heard everything about you from him. Why would he ever talk about something like this to a child? Your dad is a failure as a parent. What? What did you just say? The only failure I see as a parent is you, Mom. You cheated on Dad and stabbed both of us in the back. You're the one who did everything wrong, so don't say things like that about Dad right now. You have it all wrong, though, Natalie. There is a lot more to the story than your dad has told you. I'm sure a kid like you would never be able to understand all of it, but this is all very complex. What are you talking about? Are you trying to say that because I'm a kid, I would never be able to understand what you've done is wrong? One of the first things you taught me is that lying is wrong, and you've been lying to Dad and I a lot. But Dad hasn't been, and even he knows I'm a kid, but he isn't hiding anything that's happened from me. He even made sure to explain all you've done to me in a way that wouldn't hurt me. That's why I still love Dad and trust him. I wasn't trying to hide any of this from you, okay? But when it comes to adults, there are a lot of things going on. I don't care about that. I will never be able to trust you again, Mom. I've asked Dad to leave you forever now. I don't want to have a mom that's as evil as you are. You hold it right there. Your mom and Dad are not going to have a divorce. Huh? What are you talking about? You're the only person who thinks you can stay with him now. You stop trying to hide from me and reply to me right now. Answer your dang phone.
I'm just getting on the bus right now, so I can't talk on the phone with you. Many people around right now that I don't want to bother. Just tell me what you have to say over text.
I've heard all about this from Natalie. How much have you already heard about?
Well, I heard about how you and Tessa's husband got into that accident.
That is not what I'm asking about right now. I want to know why you were talking to Tessa and what all she told you about when it comes to me. Huh? I sure as hell did go straight there. I got injured really badly in that crash.
Tessa's husband ended up getting hurt far worse than you, and was taken away first in the ambulance, right? When Tessa showed up at the accident to see her husband, she had noticed something on the car's video recorder. She saw that you and her husband have been cheating, and that confirmed everything she needed to know. However, You and her husband have been trying to delete a lot of the videos of you being in the car together, right? There were dates on there that were completely deleted, and she didn't know why at the time. But since you both got into that accident, you guys didn't have the time to delete anything that day, right? Nice try, but Tessa figured you both out for sure.
Why the hell would the first thing she'd do be to check the car's video recorder like that? She should have been more worried about what happened to us. I knew something was strange about her while she was there.
She might have wanted to know about what happened in the accident, and came across the footage of you both as well. But anyway, what she got to see in the footage was both you and her husband in that car together.
That idiot. Why did he not delete that before being taken away by the ambulance?
He really was an idiot for that. But you're the same amount of stupid as he is. Cheating on your own partner like that?
I like how you keep blaming me for things like that, but what about you? I never knew that Tessa had your number and was so open to talking to you. I wonder if you both have been cheating on her husband and I in secret as well.
Excuse me? Tessa called the company's number in order to talk to me. And before that, her and I have never called or texted one another. I don't think we've even spoken to one another in general before that. So don't you compare us to your sly butt. Did you think by saying something as stupid as that, you'd be able to get above me in this conversation?
No, but... Well, besides that, why did you go and tell our daughter about all of this? That girl is still a child, for God's sake.
She's in middle school now. She has every right to know about what happened. And even she was asking me to tell her everything, saying that she could handle all of it.
But why the hell did you have to tell her everything like that? Are you stupid? I was told by Natalie that she even wants us to divorce. Do you have any idea how hearing my daughter say that to me makes me feel?
Well, you did say something that led her to saying that. How do you think she felt hearing about how her mom doesn't love her dad and sleeps with another man? And what makes all of that worse is the man you've been with is her best friend's dad. She has no other choice but to feel horribly about what you've done. I'm sure you already heard this from Natalie, but that accident is what you deserved.
You want us to divorce as well?
I plan to divorce you. I no longer want to be with you anymore. And even your own daughter is wanting this now. That's why things between you and I are over. There is no getting back the love you received from your daughter and me before. If she wants us to divorce, then that's that.
Wait, I feel really bad for cheating on you, okay? And I promise to not make any more excuses for it. I feel that Tessa's husband is just as in the wrong as I am.
You think because he was in the wrong as well, I should forgive you? Shut the hell up, Holly. You're not getting forgiven anytime soon.
You're upset with me for what's happened, right? That's why you won't come and see me in the hospital and you took Natalie out to go play. I made some really bad choices, right? I think you have every right to be that upset with me.
What are you trying to get at here?
I'm sure that if you're really that angry with me, then a divorce just won't cut it for you, right? You'll want to get a settlement from me, too. I'm sure you're going to try and hurt my wallet as well, right?
I haven't thought anything like that yet. But now that you mention it, I should be getting a settlement from you. And on top of that, you'll be paying child support as well. Natalie and I have a right to your money, actually, since you were the one that stabbed both of us in the backs. Until Natalie has turned 18, you're going to have to pay child support to her. Even if you shouldn't be considered her mother.
I don't want to lose my daughter. Even if we get this divorce, you'll let me meet her, right? I still have a right to meet with my child, right?
As long as she's okay with it. But I'm not so sure she'll like you meeting her anymore. She's told me already that she never wants to see your face again. And if that's what she wants, then I'll allow it. You can say you want to see her all you want, but you most likely never will again.
What the hell? Hey, has Natalie gone and blocked me already? I can't send her texts anymore.
I'm sure she has. Now, you must understand her feelings towards you, right? She is done thinking of you as her mother.
Will I not be able to go see her in person now to apologize? Please, let me come and see Natalie. Tell her that her mother has learned her lesson and wants her forgiveness.
And she's already told me she won't forgive you. And she hates seeing you beg to meet her right now. No matter how much you try, it's over. While you're in the hospital, I'm going to get all your things together for you and prepare them to be sent off. I'll have them all sent to your parents' house, I think.
At least allow me to apologize to the both of you first before doing that. Please. I can't just let you both leave me without seeing your faces one last time.
Natalie is done with you, Holly. Give it up now.
I might have ruined things between you and I, but the love I have for Natalie is still strong. And I love you still as well.
If you still love me...
I think I was just lost mentally. Perhaps I was in it for the thrill, but I don't even know what the point of all that was. But I was never going out with him because I stopped loving you and Natalie. I promise that I will never, ever cheat on you again. Please, give me one more chance.
You don't even seem to understand yourself, right? So how do you know you can promise to not cheat on me again?
I get that I'm not sure of myself yet.
Stop talking already, please! We are never going to forgive you, okay? After what you've done to both of us, we don't want to have to think about you anymore. Natalie had always been so happy with the family she had. But after what you'd done to us, she's no longer happy with you at all. And not happy with you and I being married anymore. We don't want to hear such petty things about how you love us still anymore. We both want you to get out of our lives, forever now. Continuing from after that last text I sent to Harley, she had to stay in the hospital for another 2 weeks. Once she was let out, she came back to my house one time and apologized to both myself and Natalie for what she'd done. She was bawling her eyes out as she started to plead for our forgiveness. But the only thing my daughter said is for her to go away. And that shut my wife up before she turned around and left us in silence. I think that was the first time I've seen my daughter act so cold. And that must have been the first time for Harley as well. But I can now see that no matter what lengths Harley goes to get my daughter's and my forgiveness, neither of us are going to budge. That day was the day my wife was exiled from my house and our lives. Later, I was able to get both a settlement from my wife and from Tessa's husband, as well as child support from my wife until my daughter turns 18. Tessa's husband was able to pay the settlement to me almost immediately. After that, Tessa and her husband would continue to stay married for 1 year, although they lived in separate houses. After that year, they finally got their divorce. From what Tessa told me later, her husband was never forgiven by his daughter either. And that's why the divorce happened. I think that for the both of our daughters, something like their parents cheating was too much for them, and can be considered an unforgivable sin. I feel that for both Harley and Tessa's husband, that if they both seem to care more about themselves than their families, they shouldn't be allowed to have one. When Harley was made to pay both a settlement to me and a monthly child support to my daughter, she made her way back to her parents' house. However, her parents had already heard about everything from me, and when she arrived there, they called her an embarrassment before being slapped by her mother multiple times. Even now she's living under their roof, but neither of her parents will ever talk to her while giving her cold glares whenever they cross paths. But since Harley has nowhere else to go, she's forced to keep living with them, and helping them out with their family business, in order to pay the child support. I've been asked a few times now by her to allow her to come and apologize to us again, but neither my daughter nor I want to see her yet. So, all I reply back with is, no. And when it comes to Natalie, she's doing a lot better again, and we live life like nothing's ever changed. And I'm going to make sure that as long as I live, I can keep my daughter's trust and never stab her in the back. I don't want her thinking she can't trust any adults as she grows up. So this is my responsibility to her. Thank you for watching and listening! We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story!
Hey, Mom, are you there? I have something that I'd kind of like to talk to you about, if that's okay.
Oh, Cindy? Of course, dear. What's on your mind? You know you hardly ever message me this late at night, though. Is everything okay? Have you already had dinner?
Yeah, I've already eaten dinner. I'm on my own tonight, though, so I just kept it simple.
Oh, you're at home alone tonight? Where's Jack?
Jack had some work dinner thing that he had to attend, so he told me I'd be on my own tonight.
Ah, okay, I see. Are things going well between you and Jack? I'm sensing just a little bit of tension there.
Well, I thought that things were going well between us.
But what? Has something happened to make you think otherwise now? You know that you can talk to me about this, right?
No, it's not that. It's another problem that I wanted to talk to you about, really.
Another problem? Well, what kind of problem is that? You know that I'll always be here to listen.
Okay, well, you want grandkids one day, don't you, Mom?
Don't tell me that you've been worrying yourself about having kids again, Cindy.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that Jack and I have been married for 3 years already. All my other friends who've been married that long already have kids too, and talk to me about them all the time. And I don't know, I just worry that you're expecting grandchildren as well. And then I wonder why we haven't had any kids yet.
Well, of course I would be overjoyed if you had a child and had a grandchild. But the fact of the matter is that this is an issue to be decided between you and your husband. A child shouldn't be something that's rushed into just because one side wants one really badly. Not to mention all the other things that can go into considering how time to have a baby.
Well, I guess you're right about that. I don't want Jack to feel like I'm trying to rush him into anything.
But what is all of this really about? Are you just worried about when you're going to be having your baby? Is that it?
I'm just saying that I'm already 30 years old. I thought I would have been a mother by now, to be honest.
Well, I know what you mean, but life really works out exactly how we pictured it when we were younger. But I understand your worries. After all, you're probably more concerned with your biological clock, aren't you?
Do I even need to say anything to that?
Nobody said that being a woman isn't difficult. And sure, maybe it might have been physically better if you had kids when you were younger. But plenty of women have kids in their 30s, and you've got to keep your chin up about these things. Everything is going to work out, and when it does, you're going to be so happy with the results.
Mom, I think I might not actually be able to have any kids, if I can be honest with you.
Oh my. Well, what makes you say this all of a sudden? What makes you think that?
I don't know. I haven't gone to see any doctors about it because I'm too scared to hear what they'll have to say. But Jack went to have himself examined, and he said that the doctor said that there was no problem with him.
Well, if you haven't even gone to see a doctor about this, then it sounds like you might be worrying over nothing.
But what if I missed my window? What if it's too late and I'll never be able to have kids now? And if I can't have kids, then it's going to be all my fault. I'll be the reason you don't have any grandkids.
Cindy, I know that this is all a lot for you to think about at once, and I know that you're worried about what's going on in your body as you get older. But I want you to know that before you start worrying about anything, you really should go and talk to a doctor first.
I know, but what if they say I really can't have any kids? What am I going to do then? I don't know if my marriage is going to be able to survive something like that. After all, I know that Jack wants kids of his own one day too.
Well, what does Jack have to say about any of this? Have you talked to him about it?
I have, but I don't think he's thinking about it as seriously as I am. I don't know what to do anymore.
Well, I just want you to know that my feelings for you are not based at all on whether or not you can have kids. And I'm sure that Jack feels the same way about you. If you just talk to him more about this, I'm sure you'd see he understands. Besides, if Jack did go to the doctor and they told him he couldn't have kids, would you leave him?
No, of course not. I would never leave him. But it's almost never the guy's fault when it comes to this kind of thing. That's why I'm so nervous. It feels like there's so much pressure on me.
Well, I think that you might just be overthinking things just a bit, don't you? I really do think that you should make sure that Jack understands exactly how you're feeling about this. And then, you two can talk about how you want to handle this moving forward. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, you're right. We should probably try doing something like that. Thank you so much for talking about this with me, Mom.
It's no problem at all. I understand that this is a very difficult, touchy subject, but you should know that you can always come to me.
Of course. Thank you so much. But I think now I need to find Jack and talk to him about this instead. Then we'll figure out what to do next. And maybe I should make an appointment with the doctor after all.
I think that it's a great idea. Talk to Jack, come to an understanding, and then go to the doctor and stop living in fear of the unknown. You know, your dad and I had quite a few problems when we were younger as well.
I know, but you still had kids. Besides, I can't see you and Dad having any problems at all.
Well, we certainly did have some. Every couple goes through highs and lows. It's just important to remember that you have people in your corner. So don't ever forget about the people who care about you and will love you no matter what.
Of course. Thank you so much for talking to me about this, Mom. I'm going to go and think about what to do next.
Hello, Cindy. Do you have the day off? I was just curious if you were at home right now. I actually just got a bunch of freshly picked vegetables from my neighbors and was wondering if I couldn't drop off some at your place.
Oh, Mom, I'm really sorry, but I'm actually not at home right now.
Oh, really? Are you out with Jack or something like that?
Mom, there's a pregnancy.
Oh my gosh, you're pregnant? This is huge! Congratulations, Cindy. And to think you were so worried about this earlier. I know that you were just being worried. So how many weeks along are you now then?
I'm still not sure, actually. I don't know how far along I am.
Wait, what? You don't know how far along you are? Have you gone to a doctor about this? They would be able to tell you. Hello? Cindy, are you there? Hello? Okay, well, you must be quite busy right now. But either way, this is very exciting, so congratulations once again. We'll talk about this later, and then you can fill me in about all the details. Hello, Jack. It's been a while since you and I last spoke, hasn't it? I was just curious if I could ask you something. Are you with my daughter right now? Because she was just texting me a few hours ago, and I haven't heard a word from her since then.
Oh, hey there, Marie. It's nice to hear from you. I'm sorry, but no, I'm actually not with Cindy right now.
Oh, I see. Well, anyways, Cindy told me the big news about her being pregnant. That's great, isn't it?
Oh, right, the pregnancy.
This is huge news. We have to get together and celebrate sometime, don't you think?
Wait, what? But I got my girlfriend pregnant. Didn't you hear the news from Cindy?
Sorry. What? I'm a little confused. What do you mean your girlfriend? Aren't you married to my daughter?
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Cindy wasn't the one who got pregnant. The girl who got pregnant was the girl I was seeing on the side.
What are you saying? You're not serious, are you, Jack? Please tell me this is some kind of bad joke. I mean, you and Cindy are married. You wouldn't actually go out and cheat on her, would you?
Well, I did. I'm not gonna try to hide it. In fact, I love this other woman of mine more than anything in the world.
So then you really are having an affair behind my daughter's back? I don't even know what to say.
There's nothing to say, Marie. These things just happen, you know?
Just happen? You mean you're not even going to try and come up with an excuse?
What would be the point? Cindy couldn't get pregnant. We tried so hard for a whole year and still had nothing to show for it. So I finally thought that maybe I would just have to leave Cindy and get with someone younger who would have a higher chance of getting pregnant.
But I thought that you two didn't actually know whether Cindy really couldn't have kids or not. She told me that she still hadn't gone to see a doctor about it.
I know. I've already got another woman pregnant, so I really don't see how I could be the source of the problem. Besides, I went to the doctor and they said I was fine.
But I'm saying that Cindy never went and had that confirmed for herself. You just both assumed it was the case. Now, Jack, I understand wanting a child of your own, but I really do think that you need to go and talk to Cindy about this. If you really didn't think that things were working out, you should have divorced my daughter and then gotten with someone else.
Well, like I told you, these things just happen. I can't help that I got this girl pregnant before I was able to end things with Cindy. But now that I have, I can see that it's a sign that I should leave Cindy.
So you're really being serious about this then? Even though you swore to my daughter to be faithful to her?
do you really think that I'm the first person in the world to break their wedding vows? I don't know if you knew this, but half of all marriages end in divorce. I'm not going to be persecuted just because my feelings for your daughter changed over time. Besides, I would have never married her if I knew she couldn't have kids. So if you want someone to blame, I'm afraid this is all Cindy's fault.
You're really trying to blame my daughter for the affair that you're having behind her back?
What are you going to do about it? Punish me? If you're thinking of suing me for the affair, I'll be happy to pay. Of course, I might countersue and claim that Cindy knew she couldn't have kids at the time we got married and just hid it from me.
Jack, what is the matter with you? You don't actually think that Cindy would do something like that, do you?
It doesn't really matter what I think. It matters what a judge will think.
I don't believe this. You really think that you're going to nail Cindy for marriage fraud when you're the cheater?
I guess we'll just have to see where the chips land, won't we? But just think about it. On the one hand, I have Cindy in her 30s still crying about not being able to have kids. On the other hand, I have a beautiful young woman ready to throw herself at me who I could get married to and start a family with.
Enough. I don't want to talk about this any longer. And I don't want you causing any more pain to my daughter.
Well, okay then. In that case, I think it's best if we just get a divorce and go our separate ways then. Of course, the next time we see each other, well, let's talk about the matter of compensation for stringing me along this far. Oh, and you should know I've already submitted our divorce papers.
Hold on a second. What do you mean by that? You've already turned in the divorce papers for you and Cindy?
That's right. My girlfriend is already 3 months pregnant, and I need to get rid of her as soon as possible. So I had the paperwork filed this morning.
You were with Cindy up until the afternoon, isn't that right?
Yep, I was at home, made her sign the divorce papers, then I went out to turn them in. I have no idea where Cindy is right now.
I am never, ever going to forgive you for this.
Oh, that's fine with me. I wasn't really looking for that to begin with. I'm just so happy that I'm finally ending things with Cindy. Even my parents are happy about this. Of course, it's not like I have anything personal against your daughter or anything. She made good money. She kept the house clean. But it was her infertility that I could never forgive her for. But like I said, sometimes things just work out this way, right?
Hello, Jack. Been some time since you and I last spoke, hasn't it?
Wait a second, is this Marie? As in Cindy's mom, Marie? What do you want now? Have you come to tell me that you're finally going to pay me for the lie that Cindy told me? Because you already forced me to pay her for the affair.
Well, yes, you did pay us what you owed Cindy, and now I understand you're married and living with your new wife.
That's right, but what about it? You're not thinking of doing anything to my child, right? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not afraid to call the cops and have them deal with you.
No, it's nothing like that at all. You've got nothing to worry about there. I just wanted to check is all. I suppose that you've already registered the birth with the city hall and everything like that, right?
Of course we have. That's what you're legally bound to do when you have a kid, right?
That's right. I'm glad you know that. That must have been such a process with all the paperwork.
Well, having kids is a whole process, as I'm sure you know. But I'm happy, and that's all I really care about.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all. Of course, you only care if you're happy. After all, you must be so happy to finally have a child of your own now, isn't that right?
Okay, what is this? What are you getting at, huh? You think I can't read between the lines? What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that the kid you have with your new wife isn't actually yours.
All right, now you're just starting to really make me mad. I mean, where do you get off talking to me like this? Just who do you think you are?
Also, you should know that Cindy wasn't infertile. She is perfectly capable of having kids.
What are you even talking about now? You're just bouncing from subject to subject.
Say what you like, but it's true. She went and had herself examined by a doctor who found no problems with her.
You're kidding me. That can't be right. That's impossible.
Believe it or not, it won't change the fact that it happened. We have the exam results and everything. And don't worry, we took the courtesy of having one forwarded to your house.
And just why in the world would you go and do something like that? It isn't going to make me want to be with her at all. I'm never, ever going to get with Cindy again. Besides, you know that I'm married now.
Oh, trust me, I wouldn't want you coming near my daughter if you were the last man on earth. But you still don't think it's strange? I mean, if Cindy wasn't infertile, then wouldn't that mean you are?
What are you talking about? Of course I'm not. I can have kids just fine, thank you very much.
So then you really sure that your wife's kid is actually your child too? Because you know that you told Cindy that you went to a doctor and then examined you? Then you told her that they said you had no problems. But did you even go to see a doctor in the first place? Obviously your wife is fine since she got pregnant too.
But I don't get what you're trying to get at here.
I'm telling you that your wife slept with another man and now she's making you raise his child.
No, that can't be right. You have no idea what you're talking about. My new wife is young and beautiful and would never betray me like that. Besides, she told me she hasn't even been with that many guys. So where would she get an idea like that?
You really think that your new wife is some innocent little flower? You should know that I looked into her a few months ago. And it turns out that she has quite a wealthy sugar daddy who I'm sure you had no idea about.
A sugar daddy? You mean she was seeing some rich guy on the side while she was seeing me?
I'm sure you won't believe a single thing that I try and tell you, but that's why I have evidence. But what you choose to do with it is, of course, entirely up to the two of you.
Now hold on for just one darn second. I mean, if you're really telling the truth about this, then...
Why don't you go ahead and open up the package that we sent you? All the documents should be there. But whatever you do from there is really up to you.
Well, when did you send it out? When is this package of yours arriving? I can't just wait around and do nothing until it shows up.
Oh, I imagine it already got delivered. I had it sent to your parents' house, actually.
But wait, my new wife was talking about how she kept getting calls from my mom and dad.
Oh, I see. Well, then the package must have been delivered now.
So then her kid really isn't mine. Is that really true?
It certainly appears to be the outcome with the highest probability of being true. She sued her rich man for some money and knows she's having you raise this child of his.
No, this can't be happening. I refuse to believe it. It has to be my kid. It just has to be.
Well, okay then. You keep on believing that and keep raising that child as if it were your own.
Come on. I get a divorce, I get remarried, I become a father. And now you're just gonna sit there and tell me that it's all been a lie? I wish that I'd never broken with Cindy in the first place!
Are you kidding me? You didn't care about Cindy at all. You ended your marriage with her for no reason and married the woman you were cheating on her with right away. You don't deserve to be feeling any pity for yourself right now.
But, please, I never wanted this to happen.
You said it yourself. You broke up with my daughter because you thought she couldn't get pregnant. Do you have any idea the kind of pain and guilt that you put Cindy through by doing that, though? She took off work for months and fell into a deep depression. She's only barely starting to go back into her old self now.
I'm so sorry. I never intended to hurt Cindy like that at all. You had to believe me.
I don't care what you have to say for yourself. You're never getting near my daughter again.
But I don't even know what to do now. If what you said is really true, then what am I supposed to do?
Why do you think that any of that is our problem? You broke up with Cindy because you made assumptions. You got another woman pregnant while being married to my daughter. Well, now you realize that you were just being played this whole time as well, and I say that it serves you right. After that, I heard that Jack ended up getting a DNA test and found out that the child he thought was his, in fact, was not. Then he began the divorce process with his new wife, who fought Jack on it every step of the way. I had no idea what's going on with the divorce now, but last I heard, it was being jammed up in court by this woman. It was only a year later I got an update that the divorce had finally gone through, but I didn't really care, and that the long drawn-out process was just what Jack deserved. After the divorce, he tried to reach out to Cindy, who rejected him right away and blocked any means he would have to contact her. It's been years since all of that, and now Cindy is remarried to a very kind man whom I very much approve of. She swore to me that she would never marry again after Jack, but I'm glad to see her recovering and learning how to reopen her heart to love. Last week, I got an excited message from Cindy and a sonogram photo of my future grandchild. I couldn't be happier, both for my daughter and for myself.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.